Have the finest Italian sausage. At Pizza Hut, we couldn't agree more. Introducing our newest Priazzo Italian pie. A blend of zesty Italian sausage, green peppers, onions, and cheeses. New Priazzo Portofino. We think it's delicious, and we believe that even the Viola sisters would agree.
Pizza Hut presents the $4 pizza deal.
We get one pizza.
Regular price.
The 4 more pizzas are each?
$4.
What about a Supreme?
Regular price.
And a pepperoni lovers?
$4.
How about 3 sausage pizzas?
Regular price, $4, $4.
5 Super Supremes?
Regular price, $4, $4, $4.
For a limited time, first pizza regular price up to 4 more, just $4 each.
Okay, how about a meat lovers, 2 pepperoni lovers, a Ferrari, and a sausage pizza?
Regular price, $4, $4. $145,580. $4.
Whoa, she's good. Making it great.
I'm a faggot, I'm a retard. I got a girl's bag and a V-card. I got 3 friends on a whack-ass ride. You can judge by the cover cause it's shitty on the inside. No girls wanna fuck me, trust me, I don't give a fuck. Don't adjust me, just please shut your face hole for just 1 second. Fuck you, faggot, you're so fucking dumb. Dumb, I'm the dumb one. Calm down, Bo, just count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, I mean 4 shit. 3, 4, 5, bitch, I mean 6 shit. I quit, I got no patience. You won, I face it, you're like peaks at graduation. Well, congratulations. The faggots, the spastic fat chicks who sit in the back with no one to do their lap, with a kid with acne and tons of Proactive packed inside his backpack. I got your back.
All right, I think we're live again. You guys hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay.
Yes.
Jeez, like the song that came on automatically on the playlist, like, immediately drops the F word. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna get the NWO banned for this. Like, anyway, so today, right now in this awesome moment, we're joined here by none other than the leader of Skill Ratio, the back-to-back. Oh shit, man.
Conk, mute your mic.
God damn it, Conk.
So today,
Conk! Jesus Christ. He's just talking in the stream chat, he doesn't give a shit.
How do I mute him? Okay, I'm muting Conk. I'm pretty sure it should be good. Anyway, okay, you ruined my goddamn intro, man. Ruined my vibe. Joined here by Pizza, the guild leader, the team leader of Skill Ratios 2016 Twin Cup team. Pizza, how's it going? How you feeling on this night?
Good. I'm tired, but outside of that, I'm good.
And Pizza was talking about how this has been the 3rd year in a row that Skill Ratio has placed 2nd place in the arena tournament.
Yep.
So I think maybe that's the ticket to Skill Ratio winning the Warsaw Goals tournament. You need to have the 2nd place. You need to climb that ladder. But anyway, Pizza, I want to get straight into it. So this is going to be the 3rd Twin Cup that you participated in. You won in 2014. You won in 2015. I'm sure at this point you don't really care about the money. All right, is this a match for glory? Is this do you view this as defending your honor, defending the name Skill Ratio? How do you feel about that?
I'm actually not too sure because I'm definitely, I want to say, less motivated this year. So I don't have that like fire to want to. I don't know, like in the previous years, like I'd go in thinking, like, there's no way I'm gonna allow my team to lose. Like I want to, like, if we lose, like, I'm gonna take it as like someone in my family died. But like this year, I don't have that same, like, fire. So I don't know if I'm like going in thinking like I need to defend, like, this title. Like I'd like to, I want to, but I don't have that same like my life is on the line. sort of feeling.
So what's changed? You said you're not as motivated this year. What's changed between 2014 to 2016?
I think it's just I've gotten older. I've been playing this game for so long, and there's just like other stuff going on in my life. So I don't have as much time and as much, I guess, emotion and energy to focus on Twinks.
Guess that's a respectable answer, though. I mean, it's hard not to pay attention to real life, right? But
Yeah.
by saying that, do you think that you guys are strong at this point? Like, do you think that your team itself is just as good as last year, or do you guys think because of the lack of time that you guys might be a little bit weaker?
This is how I looked at it. I talked to my team last night about this. So last year, before the Twink Cup, we lost like a pug team. Like legitimately, we lost like a pug. Like our entire 10-man lost to a pug. And at that time, I didn't feel like we had that much that we could improve on. Like I thought we were in a pretty good position. So I felt good about my team. I thought we were better than everyone else. And then we lost like a pug team the week before the tournament. So I was much more worried last year. Well, this year, I feel like we have a shit ton to improve on because I feel like we're not playing as well this year. So that's like a double-edged sword because it's bad in the sense that you feel like you're not playing up to your potential, but then it's good in the sense that we're doing very well, but we have so much that we can improve on. So it's like a double-edged sword in that sense.
That's kind of funny because the vibe, I mean, not to undermine like the team skill ratio or anything, the vibe I get out of skill ratio is, you know, what I was talking about with Muskie earlier, like these people who want to be, it just seems like the whole team in a way, it's just the essence of skill ratio is being like doubted. It's people kind of underestimating, and even skill ratio to an extent underestimating itself. And like really, I think like the best of skill ratio comes out when you're down a game, you've just been beaten by a pug, for God's sakes. And I really think like that. Do you kind of see the same motivation in yourself or in your players, that, you know, they kind of like being in this position where, you know, maybe they're not so confident in themselves, and sort of that kind of gives them the ability to be self-critical and really improve their gameplay. Do you see that at all with your team?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know that you played with us last year, and this year is just like last year where we've been undefeated for like months. Like we just keep beating teams, we just keep dominating teams. And last year, like we lost, and it's sort of like it made us like realize like, oh shit, we're not actually that good, and it made us start like taking shit more seriously. And that's sort of like this year. Like this year, we've just been dominating everyone over and over and over. So we didn't care that much. We didn't have as much motivation because, like, one of like we're more busy this year in real life, and then if we just keep winning like over and over, we don't have as much reason to try to like get our shit together. But last week, or like, I think it was last week, and we lost to starter like 1-1, and that was probably the best thing that happened to us. Just like last year when we lost to that pug team, that was the best thing that could have happened to us. Like the fact that we lost to that team last year is why we won the Twink Cup, because it gave us that extra like motivation that we needed to like actually give a shit and put in the work that it takes to be a champion. And this year, like, it's the same thing. Like, we haven't been putting as much work, but since we lost the starter, like, it's like a reality check that we're not as good as like we think we are. So yeah, I think it's a great thing. Like, Gristle says this. He said this last year. You probably heard it. You probably remember it. Griswold keeps saying like, "Man, I can't wait till we lose." And he's been saying that this year. He's like, "Man, I can't wait till we lose because I'm tired of everyone being satisfied because we just keep winning." So it's like a, I don't know, it's like a huge weight comes off of your shoulder when you lose. 'Cause, you know, if you're undefeated, like think of professional sports like the Golden State Warriors last year. They started off the season like 25-0 or something. So when they finally lost, I bet you like it was almost like a relief because they don't have to worry about, man, we're undefeated, we have to keep winning. Like it just makes it easier, and it makes it easier for you to focus on improving because you're not as like, I don't know if egotistical is the right way to put it, but you're not as content with where you're at.
Yeah, like the worst thing a competitive person or team can think is they have no room to grow and no more to learn. Like they know everything, because eventually someone's gonna be there to challenge you, and if you haven't been practicing, you're definitely susceptible to losing that game. So it's a good thought to have, to always want to learn more. I'm looking at the bracket right now, and I see that your first game is against Muskie, who we just interviewed. He was saying that he thinks he might have an angle on you guys, where his team's strengths can like outdo your team's weaknesses. What do you think about that?
That's awesome, man. If that's true, that's great, because I think it's best that we get tested. Like, the sooner the better, because the sooner we get tested, the sooner we go through like hardships. It's going to give us more time to improve. So if that is the case, I have no idea if that's the case, because I know he's been playing a lot this last week, and I know that his team's been steadily improving, because they've been playing a ton this last week. So that could be the case. He could sort of know our strengths and know a way to exploit them. So if that is, I don't know if it's true, but I secretly sort of hope it is, because I'd love to be put in like tough situations right off the bat. That'd be great for us.
And I just had a question. So, one of the things I definitely noticed with last year's Twin Cup is, there's a dynamic leadership role like shared between some members of the team. I know you were definitely like the most prominent leader, but we also had like Cancer calling a lot of shots. But Cancer's not on the skill ratio roster for this year. I'm just wondering who has like kind of stepped up to fill that leadership void that we kind of lost with Cancer. Who do you see? Who on your team do you think is like besides yourself fulfills that leadership role?
It's probably myself, Ezron, Maniac, Grizzle, Anatomies, and Nick. Yeah, that's
that's like
probably
half
all
the
of us.
roster.
That's like 7 people.
That's funny. What about Dark Chewy? I guess Dark Chewy isn't much of a leader. He's just kind of
he's less of a leader. He's more of a like comes up with ideas. Like, he doesn't actually lead people, but he's the guy that like he'll walk into like all of the leaders of a company or something are in like a room having a meeting. It's like she'll be like the nerd that walks in with a big like stack of papers and like drop it on the desk, and then we all like go over it. Like, he'll give like a lot of good ideas that we like look at it, like, yeah, this can work, and we build on it.
Do you think everyone always says how great of a leader you are and how your team always follows you? Do you think your team is now more of like a democracy in the sense that you like listed 7 people there that are kind of leaders, or do you still run your team as like you are like the leader and the manager? Has there been like a change in the way you run your team?
The past 2 years it's been a democracy, but how do I put it? So it's like Moran knows this as well. It's a democracy until, like, how do I put it? So think of basketball as the best example I can give. It's a team sport, but once it gets to the fourth quarter and there's 2 minutes left, like if you have Michael Jordan or something, you give him the ball and you let him take it over. So it's a democracy, but if it's like the finals is the last game, pretty much like what I say goes, and that's it. Like, I say everything and you do what I say, and that's it. But prior to that game, like, everyone can give input. It's a democracy.
It's kind of like an executive order.
Yep,
the Congress is running smoothly. Everyone's kind of like doing their own thing, and then like some disaster happens, so something needs to be responded to, and it's kind of like, well, where do we look towards? We look towards the president, and I think that's kind of the vibe I get.
That's the best analogy. Yeah, you hit it right on the dot.
Yeah. So I kind of talked about this with Muskie, but I think a lot of teams view SR as I think a lot of teams want to just beat SR in this tournament for sure. Do you kind of see yourself as an us versus them? Do you kind of see yourself fending off people in this tournament? Or do you kind of get that vibe from the other teams going into this? Yeah,
man, that's the thing. That's always been the case. I mean, that That goes back to like BC, man. Like in BC, my team would queue. This is back when you could queue 10 mans into pugs. Like we'd queue 10 mans into pugs like all day long, like 12 hours a day, like all summer long. We just do it nonstop, and everyone wanted to beat us. And then like the next expansion comes, everyone wants to beat us. That's how it's always been. But you know, I'm just glad that I can, I don't know, that I can provide like something for people to strive to beat. You know what I mean? Like I give a lot of people motivation. It's like I don't know. I provide people like something to work towards, something to, I don't know, like a goal, like a bigger goal. So I think it's great, man. I'm humble when it comes to that. I think it's great.
This like standard question that we ask every person: who do you think is going to win the tournament? Who do you think is the dark horse? And who do you look forward most to facing?
I think the dark horse, in the sense of like what team could realistically win the tournament, that people, if they had to go to like Las Vegas and put their money on it, they would not put their money on them. I think Starter is that team. Like they can realistically win it all, but I don't think people would actually put money on it. Like they're not that confident in them. The team that I think is favored, in the sense of, if you went to xboff.com and you made a poll and you asked the entire community, hey, who do you think is going to win? I think GSC is the favorite team. If you made like a poll, I think uh, the team to beat, in the sense of like who's the team that you need to beat, is us, just because it's like in sports how the defending champ is like the champion and you have to dethrone them. So we're like the team to beat. And the team that I think, I mean, I don't want to say my team, because I know like everyone should say like, yeah, like my team is the one I think is gonna win. But if you don't include my team, then I think GSC is gonna win.
I'm assuming you mean GSC Justice. No.
Yes.
It's so confusing to me. I mean, I still haven't gotten over how weird that is. Just two rosters. But I'm glad you brought up Starter. I think one of the things I've been saying, privately with Cancer every now and then, is Starter definitely reminds me of Waka Flocka from last year, a team that just grinded out practice day in and day out, and come tournament time, they took games off of really good teams. Do you kind of see Starter in this filling kind of that same role that Waka Flocka filled in last year's Twin Cup?
Yep, I view them like pretty much the same. And
I guess last year GSC, there wasn't that much information about them. I mean, they're a guild. We all knew they existed, but the feeling I had come tournament time is I didn't really know what to expect from them. We had played them earlier on in the summer, but it was a completely different team that we played then than we played on Twin Cup night. So. Do you feel like you're prepared, I guess, to go against GSC, more prepared than last year?
I think we're more prepared in the sense that we know them better. From that perspective, we're more prepared. This year, I think they're better in the sense that they're more practiced and they're a stronger team this year. So in the sense of we're more prepared. We're ready to just smash them. That's not the same, because they're just a much stronger team. So it's not, we can't just go in and say oh, we're just gonna smash them, because they're much stronger this year. But we're definitely more prepared in the sense that we have more information about them this year, so we can better prepare. I guess that's a better way to put it. We can prepare better this year for them than we could last year, because last year we didn't know anything about them. So we couldn't really prepare.
Do you on your team, do you think there's areas where your team stands above the others, like objectively or shot calling wise? Do you think your team has like one strength that no other team necessarily has?
I think one of our strengths is obviously leadership, and I think that's just from like the perspective that I have more experience than everyone else when it comes to leading, so it's easier for me to do it, and I've been put in more situations throughout the years, so I can adapt easier, and I can like come up with things that I used like 8 years ago, like BC, and like other teams don't have that like to their disposal to do like goofy stuff.
Yeah.
So I can come up with stuff that other people can't. So that's one of our advantages is our leadership, and then maybe another one, but that goes hand in hand, I guess, with leadership is you can come up with a lot of goofy strats on the fly that other teams can't.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that with Muskie, where some of these newer teams, including Starter, that we know what we need to do, like in the normal sense in mid and stuff, but these newer teams, like you said, they don't have that years and years of experience knowing different strats and stuff. Like there could be strategies that aren't even in the meta right now that you guys know of that we haven't even seen since we started playing, just due to the fact that we are newer. So I definitely think that you guys are really strong in that sense, and I bet that we're going to see some really interesting stuff in the Twink Cup from you guys. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I hope so. That's something that I'm looking forward to at some point in the tournament, doing some random stuff, just out of the box stuff.
So I have one final question, unless Phobia has an additional one. But this has been the third year in a row that Skill Ratio has participated, and third year in a row that you've led a team. If there happens to be a Twink Cup next year, is that something you're going to be competing in? Is the Twink Cup something you plan to make as routine as possible?
No. This Twink Cup is going to be the last time that I play 19s.
Even if the Twink Cup is alive and everyone's begging you to come back, you don't think you're going to be playing?
People would have to really have a strong sales pitch to get me back, because I've been doing this for so long, man. I'm exhausted, dude. I'm honestly exhausted. Like yeah. I haven't quit. Like, this is to put into perspective, and this is why I can say with a straight face that I have more experience than anyone. Because I literally haven't quit 19s. I played 19s nonstop since 2007. Like that's just obnoxious. Like think of that guy that's been playing the Ocarina of Time and N64. Like that's me with 19s. I'm still doing speed runs on 19s, but I'm just I'm exhausted. I've been doing it for too long, and I cannot wait to quit.
It's crazy, yeah. I feel like that's just something pretty common with video games, and specifically World of Warcraft. Look at the max level arena community. There's very few people who've just been stuck, who have stuck around all this time. I think the only player who's been around forever is Snuts, and even then I'm sure he tells himself that he wants to quit. So I mean I think I think it would be a good departure. 3 years, if you could defend your title, obviously that'd be great. But win or lose, I think that's
it's win or lose, man. And either way, it's gonna be viewed negatively, because it's if we win, then it's gonna be, man, it's the whole you win, so then you call it there because you don't want a chance of losing. So if we win and I leave, then it's they're scared, they don't want to play again. And then if we lose and I quit, it's all sore losers. Yeah. So either way, it's I'm doomed in this equation. But it's a personal decision. I'm quitting just because I don't have that same I don't know. It's like a certain
It's a fire.
feeling that you have. Yeah, the fire. I don't have that anymore. So it's like when people retire from sports, and that's a lot of times what they say is like, I just don't have that same fire to go to the gym every day and keep my body in shape, and go through all the work that it takes to stay at that like level that I'm accustomed to.
Well, I mean, I can agree with that. Does that mean I'm sure people in chat are wondering if that's going to be the end of skill ratio? Is it /G disband, or what are your plans on that?
No, I wouldn't disband it. I mean, yeah, obviously it's rest in peace in the sense of premates and stuff, because any guild, like think of any guild in the history of 19s or any twinking, the guilds do not like continue premating when the GM calls it quits. It's just how it is. But I mean, I'm not gonna disband it or anything. I'm not gonna kick anyone. So it'll still be around, and I'll probably still post every now and then.
Awesome. Well, I don't have any more questions. Do you, Big Man?
No, I think I'm good. Pizza, do you have any final words, any shout outs you want to give anyone?
Just shout out to everyone, man. Like, shout out to everyone that's played 19s over the years. Like, everyone that's, I guess, like, I've had the pleasure of being the, I don't know, like the villain or whatever you want to call me. The guy that everyone strives to take down. And, you know, it's been fun, and I definitely appreciate all the people that have been like on the other side of it, like the people that are like poking sticks at me trying to take me down. Like it's been fun for me too, just like I'm sure it's been fun for other people, and like it's given people like motivation and something to try to do, like to beat my team. And it's the same thing with me, like it's given me a lot of motivation. I've had a lot of fun trying to, I guess, like prevent that from happening. So it's been a lot of fun for me. And so like shout out to everyone, like since fucking vanilla to now.
Alright, well, community, he has spoken. Pizza, the GM, the team leader of Skill Ratio, will be competing tomorrow and on Sunday. Pizza, thanks for taking your time to talk to us, and obviously I want to wish you the best. I'm a bit biased here, but I kind of want your team to win.
Hey man, you'll be the first one. I'm pretty sure not a single person that has been interviewed has said that they want us to win. Like, I think you're the only person in the entire like staff.
You know, I'd be rooting for my home guild if I wasn't on that big starter train.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's nice.
Alright, well, I think we're going to have another interview in just a moment. Once again, thank you, Pizza. Thank you, Phobia. We're going to take a little bit of a stream break, and we'll be back in a bit. So hold still for a bit, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you.